Every opponent comes with a plan until Naoya The Monster Inoue shatters it.
There's the right hand! He just answered the...
With lightning speed and unstoppable power, he doesn't just win fights, he tears through his opponents, crushes them, and leaves them broken.
Big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue.
Here are some of his most brutal finishes.
7. Oh, big right hand from Naoya Inoue.
With a perfect 19-0 record, WBA and IBF bantamweight champion Inoue faced Australian Jason Maloney under his new promotion. Maloney, 22 fights deep with only one narrow split decision loss, relied on his defense, dreaming of the upset of the year.
Jason Maloney 7 months before, and he was not the only common opponent that they had. First bell here, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
But dreams don't survive the monster. Maloney showed guts in the early rounds, surviving the monster's early storms, but his resistance ran out. In round 6, Inoue ruthlessly dropped him.
Thoughts that good shot right there.
Down goes Maloney on a quick counter.
4, 5, 6.
He got up, but he only delayed the inevitable.
As round 7 comes a big right hand. It's over. It is over. Naoya The Monster Inoue on Halloween night knocks out Jason Mayhem Maloney, proving that he does belong at the top of that pound-for-pound list. The Monster's number 3 right now, but the next vote, we'll see where he ends up.
Naoya Inoue, already feared for his ruthless power, stepped into the Bantamweight World Boxing Super Series quarterfinals against Juan Carlos Payano. Payano, Baby Pacquiao, was a former WBA and IBO champion who had never once been knocked out in his career.
Yokohama Arena in Japan.
He came into the fight with pedigree, toughness, and pride. None of it mattered. Inoue tore through him in one round.
Losing the decision against Rashi. Left right combination, and Payano has stretched on the canvas, and you know where he is. He's face down. The referee is tolling the over. Naoya Inoue with a 1-2 combination when the fight was still in its nascent stages was all she wrote, and Payano's eyes were in orbit.
In June 2021, riding a wave of momentum, Inoue defended his IBF and WBA bantamweight titles against Michael Das Marinas. Das Marinas, a 30-2 veteran, finally had his first shot at a major world title, but against Inoue, it was hopeless.
First pro fight.
Starting out, Das Marinas is a southpaw. In fighting,
Inoue sent him to the canvas in the second.
He's starting to settle down and land some shots.
There it is.
But then a shot like that'll land.
Left hook to the body.
Knockdown scored by the Monster.
Liver.
Left hook to the liver. Liver shot. Puts down Das Marinas.
7, 8.
He made sure Das Marinas never saw the fourth.
3-punch combination. Goes back to it again. Oh! Big time shot to the body by Inoue.
It's over.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Survives the count, but can he survive the next half minute? Destructive work from the Monster. Uppercut, body shot again. My oh my! 3 body shot knockdowns and a knockout victory for the great Naoya Inoue.
Right to the side of Das Marinas. Das Marinas was already still reeling from the first body shot and the others that followed up, and that just added insult.
In September 2024, Inoue chased 28-0, putting his belts on the line against TJ Doney. Doney, a 12-year veteran and former IBF champion, had high hopes after reviving his career with 3 consecutive wins over the past year. Still, this was no challenge he was built to withstand.
Good luck, touch gloves.
Junior featherweight title holder, 3 consecutive knockouts, all in opening rounds of the Naoya Inoue Luis Neri fight. As you see, the fact that there's holes in the Monsters.
The early round saw Inoue cautious, letting Doney hang. But once the monster dug in with his body shots, his clock was already ticking.
Finding a home on the face of Donaire. It's the body work that could pay. Nice stiff jab though, up the gut. And there's Naoya Inoue. That body work pins Donaire back against the rope.
That's the difference. That is the lightning quick and they're hard.
One of the most prolific body punchers, and now you see the reaction from Donaire. That one hurt him. I don't know if it's ankle or his back.
He said, hold up.
Yes, he did.
Hold up. He hit me in the stomach, and he just dislocated my back.
he punched me through my spine.
He punched me through my stomach.
And that's it. He goes back to Hector Bermudez in the corner. Something happened with TJ Donaire.
He had already conquered bantamweight. Now it was super bantamweight's turn. Inoue set out to become only the second fighter in history to unify all 4 major titles across 2 divisions. Standing in his way was Marlon Tapales. Tapales, a seasoned veteran with a 37-3 record and the WBA and IBF belts, brought accolades and experience. Against Inoue, they meant nothing.
And standing across the ring, he has that tonight in the hungry underdog of Marlon Tapales, who's also...
After a slow start, Inoue dropped him in the 4th.
Hard shots by Naoya Inoue. Big left hand to the head. Here comes Inoue, the monster. Left hand, right hand, Tapales is down.
Tapales rose and fought with determination, but he was chasing a lost cause. By round 10, there was no doubt.
He puts his hands up like that. Inoue would throw a shot and then hook. Ooh.
Big right hand there, backed up Tapales. And can he beat the count? He's not gonna make it up. Naoya Inoue makes history. The legend of the monster continues to grow. Inoue becomes only the second man to be.
In 2014, Inoue was still a rising prospect, making history by challenging for a world title in only his 6th professional bout, a fight against Adrian Hernandez. Hernandez was a 2-time WBC light flyweight champion, making his 5th title defense and the more experienced fighter. But all that didn't matter against Inoue. In the early rounds, he was little more than target practice. He battled on, but couldn't escape the monster's shadow. Inoue closed the show in the 6th round. In January 2025, unbeaten and untouchable, Inoue stepped into the ring against Ye Jun Kim with his undisputed title on the line. Kim courageously took the fight on just 11 days' notice, stepping in for the injured Sam Goodman. But against Inoue, he was hopelessly outmatched. The early rounds saw Inoue sizing him up, calm and calculating. Kim mistook patience for weakness, taunting the champion, in action he immediately paid for. In December 2016, with the WBO super flyweight belt around his waist, 23-year-old Inoue set out to defend his title against fellow countryman Kohei Kono. Kono was an experienced two-time super flyweight champion who had only recently lost his WA belt. On top of that, he had never been stopped in his career. Kono gave it his all, but he was no match. The fight turned into another masterclass in skill and power, leading to a brutal sixth-round ending. After conquering the light and super flyweight divisions, Inoue moved up to make his bantamweight debut against British champion Jamie McDonnell. McDonnell, the defending WBA bantamweight title holder, was making his seventh defense and hadn't lost in a decade. One round was all Inoue needed. In his quest to become the first undisputed bantamweight champion of the four-belt era, Inoue had to overcome WBO champion Paul Butler. Butler had been elevated to full WBO champion after John Riel Casimero was stripped of the title. Despite inheriting the title under unusual circumstances, Butler was an experienced fighter, boasting 34 wins in 36 bouts.
First undisputed bantamweight champion in boxing's four-belt era. Naoya Inoue and Paul Butler. You have to go back to when...
Aware of Inoue's terrifying power, Butler came in with one plan: survive the monster's deadly punches.
Punches him to the body, put the defense, Timmy, to keep Inoue off of that. There's right hand that comes in. Left hook comes in. Inoue comes around the guard with a right hand. Right hand comes behind the jab. Left uppercut, right uppercut. There's that left hand to the body. It's been so effective tonight.
Beautiful left hook down to the body.
He managed to hold on for 11 rounds, even frustrating Inoue at points. But in the end, the monster broke him down.
Right hand to the body is a good one. And a big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue. Big combination scores the knockdown here in round 11. That power of Inoue comes through, and he gets it done at 11. Dismisses an unengaged Paul Butler by hitting the accelerator and putting on a show.
Inoue once went to war with Nonito Donaire in one of the toughest fights of his career. He won over 12 brutal rounds, but left with a fractured orbital. The rematch wasn't about belts, it was about payback. Donaire, the veteran, had fought with heart the first time and earned a career resurgence, winning the WBC title and defending it twice. Now he was back in front of the monster, who had just torn through his last 3 opponents.
Of violence. Round 13. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer.
This time, there was no war. Inoue dropped Donaire in the first.
Nice left hook there from...
He destroyed him in the second.
Looks like Donaire has made up his mind. He's going to fight fire with fire, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse.
Drops Donaire as he's able to somehow manage to find his balance. But Inoue, man, it might have been better to just go down, Dre, because Inoue is going to work here. And the left hook now does put down Donaire round 2. And this fight is over.
That's
What
it.
an impressive knockout victory for the monster.
Wow.
Naoya Inoue, a statement victory in his home country of Japan. And wow and wow is all I can say about the monster as he does it at home.
He never gave Donaire an opportunity to get into this fight. He was poised, he was calm and calculated, in the big right hand.
In May 2024, Inoue stood tall as the undisputed super bantamweight champion. His next opponent, Luis Neri. Neri, a skilled and dangerous former 2-division champion, carried both power and scandal, once testing positive for a banned substance.
Joe Tessitore is exceptional footwork. He's sturdy. But this is a fight where...
Round 1 shocked the world.
Neri right now doesn't seem spooked by the punching power.
Oh!
There it is!
Inoue goes down!
Neri dropped Inoue for the first time in his career.
Knockdown of the monster! He said
But that only awakened the monster, who fired back immediately with a knockdown of his own.
Inoue out of position. When Inoue commits, he's out of position.
Oh,
there it
and
is.
Inoue returns the favor!
Lunging forward.
Neri came forward, overextended himself.
From then on, it was all Inoue. He floored Neri again in the 5th.
Comes great risk. Like that!
There it is.
There's the risk with no reward! Left hook scores the knockdown again!
He ended him in the 6th.
It's over, Tess. Neri can't keep taking these type of shots over and over and over.
What do you see as a potential finisher here, Tim? There's the
There
right
he is.
hand! He just answered the question! As Neri has crumbled and the monster has roared! He's done it again!
Which of these knockouts hit the hardest for you? Share with us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on notifications for more of the best boxing action. See you in the next one.